Hello and welcome to Capacity TV. We're here with Jerzy Szlosarek from Epsilon, Chief Executive of Epsilon. Welcome. The first question I've got for you today, George, is what are the biggest drivers for change in international telecoms at the moment?
We see a big change today driven by cloud. The move of applications and services into the cloud, the move towards IoT, M2M, automation, proliferation of devices. The users today are increasingly have demand for being more connected to the cloud, and that's really driving a change in the way we have traditionally built and operated networks. You know, it's a profound change. We see globally in all the places where we operate. There are obviously different stages of advancements, and we see, of course, of our North American and European networks already mainstream adoption of cloud and cloud-based services, and we see that starting to happen in also other parts of the globe, and that's putting placing a big challenge out there to operators. You know, how do we adapt to this new environment? How do we play alongside the new operators and the new landscape that's emerging? And that's very much, the biggest driver that we see.
And how is the cloud changing the network model?
Cloud fundamentally changes the network model because we're moving from, a distributed array of different networks spread across, different types of traditional legacy models, whether it was sort of old MPLS or data or hosting or services. We're moving today towards more converged, intelligent network services. And what that means is today, we're collapsing multiple network layers, and it's all being fed, all being put into the cloud, so to speak.
And this is what SDN and NFV are about.
They help in the transformation of this, because today we have centralized applications. We need more intelligent networks and bringing in the element of security, scalability, addressing sort of vulnerability challenges, putting in the QoS and end-to-end services. SDN and NFV enabled that process to happen. Traditionally, that's been let's say the role of the operator has been to manage all those services. But as essentially today the cloud is more accessible, that's changing the way the end users want to interact with network. So they want to have more control over services. And SDN and NFV provide the underlying frameworks and foundations in the back end of the network, but also for the operator, it allows, and the end users, it allows them greater control of services.
It's like an almost insatiable demand now, isn't it?
I mean, it is, and I think we're just at the infancy of this. Cloud is really only a few years old, and if we see how big it's got today and where it's going to continue to go, that's a fundamental shift. It's the backbone today of the digital economy across multiple verticals. That's the challenge we are facing, but this creates the opportunity. It creates the opportunity for the ecosystem, the broader ecosystem, to collaborate together on projects. If in the past it was a very productized type of approach to network, today we talk about a more solution-oriented approach to network, and that's the opportunity for the industry, is to create these rich service experience that essentially all centered around the cloud.
That brings me on to the next question. What should service providers be focusing on in this new era?
Service providers today really need to focus on creating a very rich service experience. Today it's the customer that is demanding what type of service providers they will work with. And if you look at, if applications are centralized in cloud and it's all about connectivity, people want that whole process of connecting to be as seamless and as painless as possible. So the challenge for the operators is to really do the organizational transformations, because traditionally we've been very silo, very process driven, very productized. We need to move towards a model where we have innovation at the forefront, customer service experience at the forefront, addressing security and strong scalable networks. And that's not easy for operators to undertake that transformation, but ultimately that's what must be at the forefront of getting the new business models right. It's about innovation and service.
And how has Epsilon been able to evolve to help the carriers produce this new era of services?
Well, Epsilon has always been about making connectivity simple. It's been our founding mantra since the early days. And we always saw the world differently. we always felt services should be turned up quickly, putting the customer at the center of the experience, not about the product and the process per se, right? So from our early days when we came from the cross-connect to the exchange business, and now we're creating, orchestrated software-defined networks, it's always been about the customer. And everything we do is about making sure that that experience is quick and seamless. It's about partnering for success. It's about using our skill sets and our innovation and our network and our assets to create a strong connectivity experience for our marketplace. And today we're pushing the paradigm as far as we can get by putting the power of the network into the customer's hands. So today we can literally deliver Epsilon as an application to our customers, and they can control and command and configure the services on our platform to suit their needs. So for us, it's about tailoring the services to our customers and creating a very simple experience to create high quality network solutions globally.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for joining us today in Capacity TV. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.